on your side. NBC 12 News starts with breaking news.
And good evening. Cleanup is just wrapping up in Henrico after this three-car crash in the West End. And just take a look. One of the cars right on top of the other, but nobody seriously hurt. This is at the intersection of Starling and Weldon Drive. Officers say that medics took one person to the hospital, but the outlook is good at this hour. First responders closed off the area to drivers for a while, but all roads are now open.
And we're following breaking news out of Louisiana, where police say a bus carrying flood recovery volunteers lost control and hit a fire truck, striking firefighters responding to a crash. We know that 2 people are dead, including a local fire chief, and dozens injured. Police say the driver is a Honduran man who entered the U.S. illegally and did not have a commercial license. The bus was taking volunteers from New Orleans to Baton Rouge to help flood victims. And we're learning new details tonight about the death of a boy found unresponsive in a hotel pool. It happened yesterday right at the Days Inn across from Kings Dominion. And now witnesses and those who jumped into action trying to save the boy are speaking out. Colleen Quigley joins us now live in studio. And Colleen, what are they saying?
Well, Brittany and Mike, all the witnesses I spoke with say they just can't forget seeing this little boy in the water, and they're still trying to wrap their heads around how exactly this could have happened. The hotel employees didn't want to go on camera, but described the moment he pulled the boy from the water and tried desperately to save him.
It was like, I hope he's okay, I hope he's okay. That's all I was doing. I was trying to pray to God that hope he's okay and hope he can make it.
RJ Shaw can't shake the image of a little boy lifeless in this Days Inn pool. It was just before 3 p.m. Saturday, and RJ was on the phone with his mother, who works at the hotel, when a housekeeper told them they saw the child not moving in the water. RJ, who works at the hotel next door, immediately sprang into action, running to the pool.
I just had to do something, and that's the only thing I thought about, is jumping in the pool and getting him out.
RJ says the boy, who he believes was around 7 years old, was at the bottom of the pool when he jumped in and pulled him out. Then he tried desperately to revive the child.
I didn't know how long he has been there, but maybe he was just there for 2 minutes, or maybe longer.
At that moment, RJ says a Kings Dominion shuttle drove past. He flagged it down, frantically asking if anyone knew CPR. 2 women and the driver stepped forward. RJ's mother said the group tried to perform CPR for about 10 minutes before EMTs arrived. Meantime, Letitia Mateen watched the tragedy unfold from her hotel, the La Quinta. It's just across the parking lot from the Days Inn, and hotel staff there confirm the boy's family was staying there.
I seen his hands pumping up and down. It's really devastating. So, I mean, it's just keep running through my mind, just playing through my mind.
RJ says the boy was the only person at the pool, and he wasn't sure how the child made his way from the La Quinta to the Days Inn. Days Inn employees say the gate around the pool does have a lock, but it's not child-proof. They also alert parents there is no lifeguard on duty. Was taken to VCU Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Tonight, investigators are working with the medical examiner's office to try and determine the actual cause of death. On your side, Colleen Quigley, NBC 12 News.
Colleen, thanks. Well, we've got quite a bit going on in the tropics right now with our first major hurricane of the season. Gaston is strengthening in the Atlantic, now a Category 3 hurricane, and there are 2 systems much closer to home. Meteorologist Ross Runner has the latest details. Ross, what can you tell us about what's going on?
I'll say, Brittany, very busy in the tropics, as we typically would expect to see in late August and early September. As you mentioned, our first major hurricane of the season. This is Gaston, very easy to pick out in the central Atlantic. Look at that well-defined eye right in the center of the storm, a classic sign of a well-organized system, and it's packing winds of 115 miles an hour, so a Category 3 storm. The good news is we still expect it to stay over the open waters of the Atlantic. It will not impact land areas, and you'll remember we've been tracking this system coming through the Florida Straits. It seems like it's been about a week or so. Well, it looks like it's finally starting to get its act together slowly but surely. We have Tropical Depression number 9 here. 35-mile-per-hour winds moving westerly at 9 miles an hour is expected to become a tropical storm as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico. And then it's going to begin to turn to the northeast, affecting perhaps the Big Bend area of Florida as we head into maybe late Wednesday into Thursday, and then off the southeast coast of the U.S. by the end of the week. And then yet another system. This is Tropical Depression number number 8 that was classified earlier today. Again, a very weak system. If you look really closely, the area of low pressure is on the far eastern side, so not nearly as well organized as we saw with Gaston, but it is moving off to the west and northwest towards the Carolina coast. I'll have the latest track on Tropical Depression number 8, how it could impact the mid-Atlantic, and our complete forecast into the Labor Day holiday weekend. Brittany, in just a few minutes.
Okay, Ross, thanks. Well, right now, police are investigating a 2-car crash that killed 1 woman and left 5 injured in Richmond County early this morning. Officers say a man was heading down Route 3 near Oldham's Road when he crossed the center line and hit another vehicle head-on. The driver of that car, 48-year-old Sabrina Bowens, died at the scene. Police say her husband and a boy are fighting for their lives at VCU Medical Center now, and we're told the man in the other car is also recovering at the hospital with serious injuries. 2 passengers in that car were taken to the hospital as well, but they should be okay.
Turning now to the city, where police have identified the victim in a fatal double shooting in Wickham Court. Officers say that 44-year-old Joseph Johnson was shot and killed Friday night when a fight at a party escalated. Police say a woman was also shot and is recovering in the hospital right now. Officers say that person should be okay. Now, if you have any information that can help police, call Crime Stoppers at 780-1000. Meantime, Chicago police arrest 2 brothers for the murder of NBA star Dwayne Wade's cousin. The 2 suspects, 22-year-old Darren Sorrells and his 26-year-old brother Darren Sorrells, are both convicted felons who are out on parole. Police say both brothers are also known gang members. 32-year-old Nakia Allridge was pushing a child in a stroller on the sidewalk when police say she was shot and killed by the brothers. Officers tell NBC they were trying to shoot another person. Both of those brothers are charged with first-degree murder and attempted murder.
We'll be watching as friends and family come together to remember a Richmond man shot to death in the parking lot of his convenience store. 30-year-old Habib Hafid, also known as Sam, was gunned down last week off North 30th Street. There's still no word on any suspects or what the motive for this shooting may have been. Friends say they can't imagine who would want to hurt the loving father of 2 young boys. A vigil will be held at Sam Market at 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Petersburg's budget woes may lead to a shutdown of the city's museums and tourist centers. The city's financial consultants are advising City Council to close all 3 of Petersburg's museums and 2 tourism centers indefinitely. That's coming from the latest reporting from the Times-Dispatch. It's part of the city's 19-step plan to fill a $12 million budget gap. The consultants say that closing the museums will save the